What is good with y'all? It's your boy Chris, and we're back on Spurs Spotlight with another banger.
Yeah, y'all gonna stop coming in my live talking about this Victor dude, bro. We hooping this year. Y'all gonna see.
Alright, team, shout out. We got the dub. Utah versus San Antonio. Yesterday was Halloween, so I didn't watch the full game. Like, I was watching it, but I was interacting with everybody and just peeping up to the TV every once in a while. I had to rewatch it earlier today. My initial thoughts were, we better win this game. If we lose this game to the Utah Jazz, we're going to have to answer some serious questions about some of these players. And I was just going to be really scared if we lost. Thankfully, we didn't lose, thanks to a great performance by CP3, Wemby, and really the whole team played pretty good. I saw some people on Twitter talk about his play a little bit, like asking what does he really bring to the team. And I was thinking about that too. What does Keldon Johnson specialize in that really keeps him on the court? Like, I'm not trying to poop on him or nothing, but I'm just asking, what does Keldon Johnson specialize in besides maybe his energy or something? But looking at the box score, obviously Wemby had the 5x5 game, the second of his career, and he's one of three players to have multiple throughout their career. But Wemby has done it in the fewest amount of games by a large amount. I think in 76 games or something. 2-3 now, so if we can stay around 500, I'm not sure if we can get there, but that's what I would like to be. We can stay in that playing race with a lot of teams getting injured and stuff. So maybe there might be a spot for us. Who knows? But let's go ahead and get into some other stuff. So shout out to Noah for the post. The Spurs have 3 starters sitting in top 10 in defensive field goal percentage through the first 5 games. 3 starters in the top 10. That's crazy. Jeremy Sohan, 33, 4th. Julian Champagnie, 33, 5th. And Victor Wembanyama, 34%, 6th. San Antonio also has the 5th best defensive rating, 107 in the NBA, despite a 2-3 record. Now, if you remember, in the beginning of the season, I said, or my bold prediction was that the Spurs would finish in top 10 defensive rating. Right now, we are 5th best, which is really a surprise. I did not think we were going to be this good. If we were top 10, I thought we would be around 10. I don't know if we can maintain this. Probably not. I think we will lower down, but there is a chance we can stay top 10. The guys have really locked in on the defensive end. Pop has said it. A bunch of the players have said it. They are making the defensive end their identity, and that is really their bread and butter. They're really just following the Spurs way, because if you've watched the Spurs for a while, you know they hang their hats on the defensive end. All Pop's teams like to play defense. I think this team has the personnel to be a really good defensive team. You have Stephon Castle. Champagnie's making his name for himself as above average defender. Sohan, Wemby, who else? Vassell's a good team defender. And yeah, there really aren't that many liabilities on the team anymore besides like Zach Collins, Malachi Branham. Who else? Keldon Johnson. Okay, there may be a couple. There might be a couple. But this team is locked in, and we need to keep this up. Another thing I want to talk about, Mamu got some PT this game. I noticed that he subbed in a little bit earlier, and I really like this. You know, I've said that Mamu could go in and shoot some spot-up threes to open the court up for Wemby. He knows how to cut. He knows how to play with Wemby. We saw this against the Nuggets last season whenever we won that clutch game at the end of the season that moved the Nuggets down from the 1 seed. I don't know what else Mamu has to prove. I understand he's a weird position. He's not a 5, but I think there is a spot for him on this team. The only thing I don't like is whenever Pop puts Mamu in by himself as the center, because Mamu is definitely not a center. We get destroyed on the boards whenever he is center. But if we could just see Mamu get meshed in with a little bit of Wemby minutes, like if Sohan isn't on the court, I would like to see Mamu be the 4 next to Wemby, because I think that pairing is so beautiful. They know how to play together. Beautiful basketball whenever those two are on the court, and Mamu is a good shooter. If he could keep his shot up, I don't see why he shouldn't be on the court. We're rooting for Mamu. Hopefully he can get more minutes. On to the alien. 5x5 game. 25 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, 5 blocks. I want Wemby to get these rebounds up. I do think he shot a little bit too many threes. How many did he shoot? I think he shot like 14. Yeah, he shot 13 threes. That is a lot of threes, and I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with him shooting this many threes, but when you stop going into the paint, I think he needs to go into the paint a little bit more, and obviously I don't know as much as Wemby. He knows his play style more than I do, so whatever he feels most comfortable with. I'm not outraged by this, but I would just like to see him shoot a little bit more around the rim. You know what I'm saying? He's 7'5". He had some opportunities to attack the paint, in my opinion, and he just hasn't taken advantage of his height at all. And sometimes when he shoots this many jump shots, it's kind of like he bails the defense out. But I'm willing to live with it. If Pop's letting him do this, then I mean, it's fine with me, I guess. So that's just something I'd like to note. The second career 5x5 game in his second season Wemby joins Hakeem Olajuwon and Andre Karlinko as the 3 players in NBA history to have more than one 5x5 game. That is insane. Not bad company at all. And he is making history. He missed 5 3-pointers to start the game. I think he missed like 2 and then he made 2 in a row or something like that. But I know some people are pretty angry about Wemby shooting this many jump shots. But I knew he was going to go off whenever he pulled up in this fit right here. This Halloween costume. I don't know who this is. If y'all know, let me know down below in the comments section. I know this is an anime character. All right, this is who it is. Didn't know Wemby was chill like that for real. So last year he was Slender Man. This year he's No Face. That, I believe that's the character's name. But it just seems like he's a Halloween type of guy. You know, last year he dropped 38 on KD on Halloween, and this year he dropped the 5x5. If somebody put his Halloween averages in the comment section. We need a game on Halloween every year. And then these costumes he's pulling up with are fire. I can't even lie. Yeah, I knew Wemby was hooping whenever he came out with that. Let's go ahead and get into a little post game. I think we're gonna go over Wemby's and Pop's if he don't take. Okay, Pop's post game is only a minute. So yeah, I guess we're gonna get Wemby's and Pop's. So as always, we got the Beat headphones. Let's go ahead and get straight into it.
Spurs team since 2015. Is that the identity that you guys can have? You know, a pretty strong defensive team that can disrupt the opponent.
I mean, I say it's first of all you're right, and it's also a must-have for us. You know, for our profile that we got, because we got the opportunity to do it. First reason, you know, we got guys like Jeremy, Keldon who can put high pressure on the ball, you know, with a very high motor, and of course I'm trying to play my role too. So it's we should be it should be our first focus coming into the game.
Yeah, rough night last night, but you came out firing away. Was that kind of the mentality to be aggressive from the get-go?
It's less an individual thing than you know, wanting to get our offense to progress. So you know, it's basketball. I mean, it's a game. We got to play. You know, we got to have fun, and that comes with having being aggressive, having good spacing, and not hesitating.
You had your second
Good spacing. We need some spacing out there.
career 5x5 tonight. How does that speak to just how you try and approach the game individually to help your team out?
It tells me I need to get my standards up for when I don't get 5x5s, because I'm able to do that. I'm able to help the team in all those areas. So it should be a consistent thing. And as I said before, I think it's something we must have, and that's something I must have more often too. Being able to help my team in all these areas.
This dude is crazy. He said he needs more 5x5s and it needs to be a normal thing. Who says that? I think he could do it. I think it's mostly just the 5 steals every night. Other than that, I'm pretty sure he could almost get a 5x5 every night. But hey, if he starts averaging a 5x5, he might be the greatest of all time.
You know, games come so quickly that, you know, you don't kind of have time to think about that.
And that's also our luck. You know, being in the NBA, the big thing is you have many chances during the season. You have many chances to get better, to fix what needs to be fixed. So it's the best for us. Actually, I think it's best that we had it back to back, because it's the quickest way for us to get back in the winning room.
I didn't even think he was going to play tonight, but I'm happy he did. His legacy game.
Matched a career high with 12 three-point attempts. Is that kind of looking at what the defense is giving you, or is it just what you want to do?
Yeah, of course. What the defense gives me, and also, shooting when I'm open. You know, it's to be able to make those shots, you have to take them first. So it's I mean, how open I was today, I wouldn't be surprised if I made way more than I did.
Chris has been a vocal leader so far on the team, but tonight he did it with performance as well on the court. Can you kind of talk to his game and how he played in the second half?
I mean, he really took the game in his hands, you know, and it paid off. He didn't do that just randomly. He did that because he saw what they were trying to do in the first half, what they did, and he actually anticipated, you know, their adjustments, so we could punish them from the jump, and that's what he did by. I think he understood that in this moment we needed him to score points, and he did. You know, because he recognized he had this opportunity.
Do you want to talk about your costume and how you chose?
That was a great game by CP3. I don't think he's going to be able to do that every night. If he could give it to us whenever we need it, Chris Paul might have something left. He was looking like he had a little something left in the tank. Shout out CP3.
I chose it. It was actually part of a big conversation. Had to make a selection of my favorite kind of scary characters, and this one is part of them. So it's from a movie I love. So
You want the Spurs to play every year on Halloween so you can have an opportunity?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, new Spurs tradition.
But if we play at home, it's going to be even better costumes.
No doubt.
2-0 Halloween too.
Thanks, Vic.
Thank you.
2-0 on Halloween. Shout out Halloween Wemby, man. He said about the threes, he's just taking what the defense gives him. Sometimes you need to be a little bit more aggressive, in my opinion, but hey, I don't have too much complaints. On to Pop.
We're not ready to be top 5 defensive team or any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, we're not ready to be top 5 defensive team or any stretch of the imagination, but
Is he being sarcastic? Because we just saw we're top 5. I don't know if he said that's luck or something. What does he mean by that? What the question is? I can't
top
hear.
5 defensive team or any stretch of the imagination, but we know that's the focus, and we've played good defense throughout the beginning of this season compared to we picked up where we left off, is what I'll say, from last year. I'm really impressed that they're understanding and enjoying what the defense can do for them. But what we did better was take care of the ball, and I didn't look at it, but I think we shot it a little bit better than we have, and that makes a huge difference. But the defense at least keeps us in the mix, to have a possibility to win. So really happy for them. It's tough to win on the road, tough to win back-to-back, and they did it, so it's good.
Victor was Victor after a subpar night last night.
Right.
You want to see him shoot as many threes as he did earlier?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. He's more of a perimeter player than he is a post player. We wanted to be able to do everything, isolate, shoot, do the whole deal. We just can't do it all at once.
Yo, is he more of a perimeter player than a post player? Right now he's kind of trying to play more like KD, but I thought he was more of like an Anthony Davis type player. You know what I'm saying? Obviously not exactly, because there's bits and pieces of their games that are similar, but he's really on the perimeter a majority of the time, which I don't really like it. But like I said again, who am I to argue with them? If that's what they're doing, I guess you can't really put Vic in a box. So let me know what y'all think down below. Do y'all like this or not?
It depends on the situation and what's going on.
What are you getting from Sandro playing him a little bit more?
He moves well. He understands how to play. He's an international player, and those guys know how to do it. So he fits into most any situation, and he wasn't hesitant to shoot it. And it's nice to look down the bench and see him there.
He's always there. He's never off that bench, Pop. Sorry, Mama, we don't got time for you today. But y'all make sure to leave a like. Comment down below what y'all think about the game. Let me know y'all's favorite food if y'all made it this far in the video. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all today, man. As always, subscribe. Appreciate y'all for 1K again. And until then, it's me, boy Chris, and I'm out. Peace.